Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. So, my energy is good right now. Of course, I got the same real serious concerns on my plate, but I've done what I think I'll be able to have lived with, which is tried my best. I gave it a good old college try, man. Now, everything happens after this. It's up to the courts, it's up to, the folks who are on the other side of this thing, who are looking to get me out of this unit and possibly raise the rent, possibly whatever they want to do with the unit. And they don't have time to be dealing with my mental health or babying me or whatever just because I got these issues. So my goal now is to just go get some help. I think that's the best way I know to describe it. Not only because I need it for my sentiment, but because I need it for the paperwork. I need it to be able to make my case that I really do have something wrong with me, or just accept the fact that I don't, and then try to figure out how the hell to deal with myself, which I highly doubt, man. I highly doubt it. They come back saying there's nothing wrong with you psychologically. I will say, well, why in the hell did I put myself through this in complete and utter denial, knowing I was in denial, and then further hating myself for it? It was really, really, really tough psychological stuff that I've been dealing with as a self-aware, anxious person, or whatever you call this. So as I stand here before you, I tell you, I put my best foot forward both yesterday, today. Put my best foot forward on Monday with the homie, helping move. Today, he was able to help me. And I guess I should be telling you how that went. So we went down to the courtroom. He dropped me off over there. I went inside, took all my paperwork. There was hardly nobody there. One of the best courtroom experiences of my entire existence. Nobody there. As I got upstairs to the little spot where I needed to talk to the ladies. It was ladies there. They were nice as it gets. Nice as it gets. Just like yesterday's library people, these people were nice. And normally when you go into government official buildings, in my experience, you deal with bad energy. But what I'm starting to realize is that I'm going out the house different. I'm going out the house with a certain level of vulnerability as it pertains to my energy. I'm not used to being like this and being all angry because I'm coming from my place of peace for the last year and a half. So I got nothing but smiles and love for everybody, even when they got bad energy. I'm not just tense, just like I was when I quit the job, just like everything is bad. You say anything to me and I'm mad. Like I've cleansed myself of that by being in this space. So when I go outside, I'm smiling. I got a lot more energy for people. I'm happier. When people have bad energy, I go straight to prayer. That was another thing. There was a lady in there who was complaining about how she had to go back and forth. It really did sound ridiculous, but she was going for small claims or something like that, and she had already been back and forth between Santa Monica and there 3 times, and essentially she had signed the wrong paperwork. So now she had to go back and do the same routine again for a 4th and 5th time. And I just said a prayer for her. Immediately my mind went into, Lord, can you make this a lot easier for this lady? Just like you're doing for me. It's that type of thing, that back and forth, and she's like 65, 70 years old. I would like the world to get a little easier for her, and people like her who have to deal with this type of stuff. So that's what I'm looking forward to. It's just being somewhere else, hopefully not burning myself out, but taking what I've learned in here and then applying some of those energies out there, because I didn't have those energies when I first retreated into here. So that's what I'm saying. I'm welcoming of good things. I'm not confused about what energy I want to engage in, and I think that's the difference between me and when I retreated in here as well. So there's a lot to take into account in regards to who I am now that I'm going back into the world, and what differences I'm going to be bringing to that world as I take in whatever comes my way. So that's what I've been engaging in. It's just having an eye-opening experience to where I'm having so much fun, I guess you can say, just interacting with human beings, doing the things that absolutely need to be done in a very, very serious and stressful and dangerous situation, which is exactly what this is. Dangerous in the sense that I could be homeless in a minute. Stressful in the sense that I could be homeless in a minute. But fun in the sense that I've been able to interact with people for the first time in a minute. So that's really part of it. So yeah, after I did all of that, they gave me some paperwork that kind of summed up everything that we've been dealing with in regards to the situation. Essentially what it was I was telling you, my friend needed help earlier in the week to help move, right? And I told you I was not really up for trying to do anything because I was still in that mindset where I hadn't left the house in 6 months at that point. So it was like, all right, I'm not up for that mentally. But then again, it's like, well, I've just been served papers, so I got to get out of here anyway. So helped a friend out with the moving situation, and then it turns out that if I hadn't have helped him out with my moving situation, I would have still needed to reach out to him or someone to sign and fill out the notary form that has to go to the lawyers on the other side of the case. I cannot send that. This is when my lifestyle would have hurt me bad, because there was absolutely no way to get done what I needed to get done without the presence of someone else. Period. Like, it just would not have been done if I would have stayed the way I was. So the fact that he was there, the fact that he was willing, and I had helped him earlier in the week, so we have, we're back to where we, like we never left. It's like, okay, let me take you there. We're gonna take you there. We're gonna do this. And when I asked him if he would mail it for me, it was never a problem. Like, of course. like what are we talking about? So that's just what's been missing, man. My buddies, my brothers, and everybody that you never see, because of the isolation that I demand upon myself. And in that comes certain things that I miss out on. Personal circumstances that involve my friends that need my attention. Things that I've been through, that they helped me through, that maybe they might be dealing with right now that I wasn't around for. And that's unacceptable. That's absolutely unacceptable. I don't give a damn about anxiety, pain, sadness, broken arm. I don't give a damn. If it's that serious, I need to be there. Or otherwise, I feel like I'm going to waste the Lord's breath. What am I doing here if I'm not helping the people that love me and that I love the most? That's where I'm at with it. It's like, if my anxiety's in the way of that, there's no bad energy attachments that would otherwise make that even something I choose anymore. As to which, for me, it was like, I'm on a retreat in here because I'm unhappy. I got all these different things. I'm fighting demons. Let me get away from people, figure it out. I figured it out. And now all I have right now is to figure something else out in regards to where I'm going to be staying, if that's what the judgment will be, or to get some help from my head so I don't ever fall back into these patterns. And so that's what it is, man. My friend's going to mail that stuff out. I was told to send it to the lawyer, so I forgotten to give him the address, so I text that to him. And then I proceeded to send him, I think I sent him a video. He already has a video of here, but I sent a video, the therapy session that I took, I think it was 2:54 when I was walking home. I sent that to Karen, and I sent it to somebody else. Essentially, that's a big deal, because what I haven't done is allowed a lot of my loved ones and the people that are close to me to see any of my videos. I'm slow about letting them even know I do this. And some of them, like, they know I do it, but I don't think they have seen any of my videos or stumbled across anything I do, because that's still part of the sickness. It's like, even though I promote to you, the most important thing to me was making sure that the people that know me didn't see what I was doing, because I was yet to be proud of it. Now, oh man, I want every soul who's ever walked this earth, who's going to be alive going forward, to at least have some concept of some of the stuff that's in these therapy sessions. Because I don't think there's anybody alive that can't take from something I've said in 100, 259 or whatever it is at this point of these videos. Something's in there that's going to help you. Something's in there that's going to make you see something that maybe you didn't see before. It's just a gift that the Lord gave me, man. It's just what he gave me. It's something different. And so that's what I'm here to say. I want people to go back and look at them therapy sessions. I want everybody alive to go check out BDF therapy sessions. And they're long as hell. All of them are long. Because I talk like this every time, and I feel like I'm not even doing right unless it's longer than 30 minutes. So that's what it is. But I feel, and it may be arrogant, but I've been told that I have the ability to keep people's attention when I speak this long. I do. And I don't stumble over words too much, even though I misspeak all the time. At the end of the day, my mother was a broadcaster, and I grew up in broadcasting. I seriously did. Going to the Wave radio station as a child, that's all I was around, was people talking on the radio, being on air. I'd walk in on different various things that would be taking place on at my mother's radio stations and stuff like that. So I would hear people do this all the time growing up, and that's why it comes so easily to me. It's in my blood. So yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to take this on the road and make $1 off of it, friends. That's the real truth. I want to start letting my friends know what I do, because I need to feel confident that I don't suck at what I do, so I can start getting some money off of what I do. I don't want to. You guys know I don't want to. But at the end of the day, I also don't want to find myself in this situation anymore. I don't. BDF 44 is very much tired of being broke. Especially when I'm doing things that rich people do, advising billionaires on how to make money on what it is they do. For fun. For fun. Like, I literally do. If the billionaires are following me and doing what it is I tell them to do, they're going to make billions. So it's like, that is just one of the things that the Lord has allowed me to do with passion in my heart and no desire for anything from anyone other than excellence in regards to my team and the league that they're in. So You know what I mean? If I was really getting my value for what it is that y'all doing off of my advice, I'd probably be able to take care of myself too. But that's not what, I don't know. I don't know. Like, those are the agreements that are in the world that make it so that everybody's getting what they deserve. But I don't know. What about those of us who just want to do something for fun? Those of us who don't want the pressures of deadlines. I don't want the pressures of, oh, that's not compelling enough. Oh, you said the wrong thing. I value being able to be free to say what I want. You know what I mean? And so that's one of the reasons why I haven't kind of made myself known. And another thing, to be honest with you, I think some of the things on the therapy sessions and some of the videos I made before I made therapy sessions, I wonder if I'm going to get in the way of advertising dollars. Just to be honest with you. Because of my natural opinions, even though I think they're good, I think most of them are on the up and up. I probably said some things that would make you say, he's controversial. Probably not the guy. Or he's against us trying to get all this damn money. Which I was. And still am to a degree if you're on some of that other stuff that I don't respect. But if you're just, a good businessman, and hell, you make money, man. I just don't appreciate the environment, the practices that we have to engage in order to do that. But nobody's independent of needing to make a dollar. So, it is what it is. But realizing my real value in this world, in this earth, is something that I've never desired to do based on the anxiety, based on the concerns of what it would be when I found out what that worth would be. But I'm growing more confident and more tired of this. So something has changed. We'll see. But, and sorting through some of the old opinions, sorting through things that matter to me as I grow, ignorant things that I used to feel that I don't necessarily feel anymore, just because I've grown some. And I'm wondering if any of that would hurt me in the future. Things that we say, things that we do. I don't know. But I think I've put out so much good energy and so much constructive energy that if you happen to see a few things that I said that you didn't like, hopefully you saw a bunch of things that you saw that you could get with. So that's what I've tried to put out, man. I think I'm a respectable person at the end of the day. Respectful person more so. And I don't want to do nothing but build. That's all I really want to do. I don't have any desire to see anybody fail in any way, other than those who are trying to coerce our minds into places of confusion. So that's the only thing I don't like. Other than that, man, I want to see people get their money or whatever they want to do. I just didn't like the practices as it pertains to me. So taking from you. So it is what it is, man. I got to change my ways. I got to find a way to be cool with that. I got to find a way to monetize my situation, accept gifts, accept cash apps or whatever people want to give me. And I don't like that stuff. I don't want to take nothing from nobody, man. Even the rich. Even the rich. I really don't. I'm just a very strange person, but who's changing for the better, I believe. So it is what it is, man. What else? Was there something else I wanted to share in regards to that situation? I don't think so. I went to the courtroom, had a good time. And that's not how that's supposed to go, but I got a weird mind. So what are you going to do? I had a great time talking to those ladies. I had a great time filling out the paperwork. Very strange. I had a great time, just kind of being outside, fresh air, sitting in the car with my friend, laughing. He gave me some weed over here. I don't know if I want to touch that, though. You know me, I don't smoke anything but one strand, but he gave me something else, so I might see what it does. I might leave it alone, but the point is that it's there. So it's one of those situations for me where it's like I don't really like messing with too many different weeds because I think it affects this content. I mess around, smoke the wrong thing, and I ain't gonna want to talk. I ain't gonna want to do my business in that regard. So that's where it goes for me. It's like I don't know about like weed, wedding cake, what I'm used to. I can always do my thing, but once you start dabbling in weed, then you get the consequences that come with other aspects of it. For me, it's like that's why I stopped smoking weed because the weed was giving me trouble. Wedding cake? No, wedding cake was medication for this particular mind, but marijuana, others types, I've tried them all, and I can tell you a good portion of them have left me stupid. Just honestly, just not as sharp neurologically. So we'll see what happens with that bag there. I might hit one bowl, and if it don't sit well with me, I might never hit it again. That might be how I handle that. But for the time being, I'm just fortunate enough that I at least bought myself some time. Assuming my friend is able to mail all of that off, get it off to the lawyers, I at the very least, bought myself a chance to not see that red sticker on my door over the next 2 days. I know that much. They ain't coming here in the next 2 days. There's a court date set up for this case. Like I said, my goal is to try to see if I can get some help for my mental health and get some diagnosis going on so they know what's going on, or at least see the process that I have tried to acknowledge that I do have a problem and see where it goes from there. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, man, this has been a great week for growing me up, and I'm not ashamed of that at 38 years of age, because I know I missed most of my 30s in sadness and bereavement. Most of my 30s was just, I didn't grow as much as I needed to because I was too busy feeling what I was feeling. But I think this was perfect. This was perfect. All of it worked out because it got me to where I needed to be. I retreated and did some things I needed to do. I became better than I even wanted to be when I started this process. And now, I'm feeling great. Like, I've built something I'm really respectful of. I got my art here. I did some pieces before I left the house. Show you guys how far I'm getting along with this. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too serious, but this is kind of how I be doing it. It's nothing major. I'm not overly talented, but they're just pieces that come easy to me when I'm stressed out. Pieces that allow me to think, about nothing while I'm dealing with them. This was actually supposed to be like this. But I found that I like it like this. So I left it that way. Different pieces, man. This is stuff that I do. I never show anybody. I just do it and then put it on Facebook one time and never let a soul see it again. But this is what your man's been up to, man. Just not overly talented, but intentional on making cohesive bodies of work. You know what I mean? Just cohesive little things. Ain't nothing serious. I'm not over here Picassoing it, or rather, it probably is Picasso, but I ain't over here, knocking it out like Chris Brown or nobody. I ain't no real artist, but I have fun with it. And I do it a lot, as you can see. You see that stack? Yeah, a lot. See, it ain't nothing special. But people like these. Like this one for some reason. Got the most love out of all the pieces I've ever done. I kid you not. I think that's a combination between me being consistent